Hello YouTube friends, Barefoot Burpees. It's Thursday evening and I'm just going to give a quick voiceover for my week's training so far. And Monday was slacklining and rope climbing duo, so I'll do a few minutes of slackline practice and then a single rope ascent, and managed to rack up about 30 rope climbs until my hands were really sore, and also managed to get some decent slackline time, including a few walks of 4 or 5 steps and some balances over 10 seconds. I felt like I was starting to make some progress there. And Tuesday I was mostly under the weather with a virus, which I've still got, but it peaked on Tuesday. So I just worked Indian club rather. Just still making up various moves and practicing moves I've looked up. It's a bit different to club bell training because the Indian club is a bit lighter, so you can do different kind of stuff. And I'm thinking about in the future getting a lighter pair to do more intricate moves with. Although I think rope flow covers some of those bases. Next Wednesday I did my main ring session, which I put first in the footage, and again because of the virus I didn't do as much as usual, but what I did do I felt was fairly decent quality. I forgot chalk, so my hands were a bit slippy and I had to brush some of the moves, and I cut the strength side short, just doing 1 set of Bulgarian dips and 2 sets of pelican curls. And yeah, that was quite a good day actually, because I retried a move I was trying last year, the cheetah's tail, and managed to do it. And it's really quite an interesting move for the rope flow because it requires like an undulating quality to the body. There's quite a lot going on in that you have to move your shoulder out of the way to allow the rope to swing by, while also thrusting your hand behind your back quite a lot, again to get the rope to clear the lower part of the body. And then you have to undulate back the other way to keep the tail rotating. It's quite tricky to go into it from a flow and not hit your feet or something else. So I was quite happy to do that, and I could flow in and out of it about 50% of the time yesterday, and today I did it again, and I'd say I could do it about 80-85% of the time. It's a really interesting one, and also it feels like a lot of spine work, and just very interesting because everything's taking place behind the body and in a kind of sinuous movement pattern on a different plane to the frontal plane. So it's an interesting one. I'm glad to add that into my rope flow, and I'll be looking to add more rope flow moves in. I'm sure there's a lot more to explore. When I first got into rope flow, it was a bit overwhelming how many numbers of moves people have come up with, and I did intend to slowly add to the my repertoire, but to date I haven't really added that much. Apart from the basic moves, I've really only got 3 moves or so, and the cheetah's tail, the dragon hug as well, I'm practicing. That's another one where you need to kind of move the spine in a different way. You have to undulate upwards, I guess you could say, or up and down rather than side to side. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so today I did more of that and some ring levers, which I haven't bothered including because they're not very good quality. That was nothing worth keeping on record because I haven't improved that really. So my levers are quite disappointing. And again, I think if you don't practice difficult stuff that's difficult to you, especially these different planes of movement which are unfamiliar, then they're not going to get any improvement. So it's just a matter of me putting the time in, trying to find the time to do. Again, back to the cheetah's tail. Quite obsessed with this move the last 2 days. I think it's quite a good one as well for showing that one has unlocked some mobility due to the fact you can't perform it unless you have a certain rhythm and mobility locked down in the rope flow. So it's a good tester, I think. Like moving on to maybe intermediate rope flow, one could say. Right, thanks for listening if you have, and watching if you did.